mentor at the ANU Makerspace, and this is a tutorial on how to use the hot pull and cold pull methods to clear the nozzle of an Ultimaker 2 Plus 3D printer.
The first step is to remove any filament currently in the printer. You do this by, in the settings, going to Materials, Change. Once the material has unwound, remove it, and then click Cancel to leave the Change Material menu. Next, prepare your filament. As for what type of filament to use for cleaning your nozzle, typically recommended filaments include nylon, cleaning filament, and PLA. Which filament you should use depends greatly on which filament you have been printing with. PLA works just fine for PLA. It's best to choose a light-coloured filament. You do this so you can more easily see debris on the end of your filament after your pulls. Today I am using a yellow PLA filament. Straighten your filament and cut the end at about a 45-degree angle. This will make it go down the top of the nozzle a bit easier. Next, remove the collet clamp from the end of the bowden tube that leads into the printhead. Then, remove the tube from the printhead. After this, you need to heat your nozzle to a temperature appropriate for the filament that you are using. You do this by, in the settings, going to Maintenance, Advanced, Heat Up Nozzle, and then you use the wheel to select your target temperature. Your target temperature will depend on which material you are using. Refer to your filament's packaging for its ideal melt temperature range, and go for a temperature that's in the upper end of that range. Next, you can perform a hot pull or skip straight to a cold pull. To perform a hot pull, insert your filament into the nozzle until you feel some resistance. Then, wait about 2 seconds. After the 2 seconds has passed, firmly pull up your filament. You should be able to see some debris, carbonization, or remnants from previous filaments on the end of your pull filament. Cut the filament again at a 45-degree angle and repeat the process until it comes out pretty much clean. The process for performing a cold pull is very similar to the process for performing a hot pull. To perform a cold pull, insert your filament down the top of your nozzle until you feel some resistance. Then, continuing to apply pressure, turn down the nozzle temperature. And you need to continue applying pressure until the nozzle is at a temperature where the filament can be mostly hard. For PLA, that's about 120 degrees. Pull your filament up with a firm tug. It should take on the shape of the inside of your nozzle. You may also want to hold on to the printer to stop it from being lifted off the desk. PLA does tend to stretch a little bit, especially if you can't get a very good grip on it, but if it stretches a lot, the temperature is probably too high. The temperature that you turn it down to depends on the filament. I found my filament was too pliable for a clean cold pull at anything above 75 degrees. However, I have had success at 90 degrees with other PLA filaments. I highly recommend using toothed pliers to pull up your PLA. They'll make it so that you can get a grip easier and just make the whole thing go smoother. And the Ultimaker 3 manual says it's required to prevent injuries, so there's that. After you've done your cold pull, once again cut the end off at 45 degrees and repeat until it comes out clean. When you're finished, make sure to replace the clip and the bowden tube. And that's it. That's a hot pull and a cold pull.
Thank you for watching.